Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we're going to be looking at the new Lincoln Nautilus Hybrid. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Lincoln here in Draper, Utah for giving me some time with this car. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. If you have any questions, just ask for Scott. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a hybrid 2-liter 4-cylinder that's paired to a CVT. Fuel economy is 30 around town and then 31 on the highway, with power outputs being 310 horsepower and then 295 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So let's start things off by showing the cool lights that it has here. So you guys can see that kind of filling in. Has some fun little effects with that, and notice how the Lincoln logo actually has some blue to it to signify this is the hybrid. But yeah, there's not a lot happening in terms of like body lines. You can see some soft ones on the hood, but overall, I mean, large grille, definitely, you know, Lincoln-esque, I guess if that's even a word. But yeah, it's a good looking car if you ask me. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 255, 50, 21 in the front and over in the rear. And you guys can see here with the wheels, you've got the silver with the blacked out trim. I think that looks pretty sharp. And then notice how the fender flares and all that are body painted. So all the trim along the side looks really premium. Same thing with this trim here. And then you can see Nautilus in blue. And then you have the interesting door handles. Very, very interesting. But yeah, here's your full side view with the Nautilus Hybrid. And taking a look at the key fob, lock, unlock, remote start, opening for the hatch, and then the Lincoln logo there on the back, and we'll pop her open. Now popping into the cargo area, there's quite a bit of space here in the rear. And you guys can see here with the seats to lower them down. But yeah, definitely a nice area. And actually I want to check and see if there's, yeah, spare tire underneath. That's nice. These are nice too. They're kind of like durable feeling actually. When you're all done, just press this. And we'll lower the hatch right back down. We of course have a light bar on the back end because you gotta have a light bar with Lincolns. And then aside from that, again, if I take a few steps back and see the full profile, really cool looking, futuristic looking as well. And I like how you have like the little kind of like fake outs for the exhaust tips because there's no exhaust tips there. Now popping inside, you can see we've got nice soft touch trim here at the top and down below. And then I like this for the door handle there. Speaker for the sound system. Again, really tight fit and finish. That's something super impressive with this car. And then you can see that the seats perforated all down the center portion. So legroom back here is pretty dang solid. Got a little storage pocket. Got some USBs there. That's why there's that little kind of icon. And then Nautilus right here. I will say these seats are pretty dang comfortable. And then headroom back here is solid. Now take a look at the front door panel. Again, nice material use, just like the back, really tight fit and finish as well. Blind spot running with the mirrors. You can see the two different colors with this one. We've got our memory seat function, all of our window controls, mirror adjustments. The mirrors do power fold in. Got the Lincoln logo there. And then look at this. The seats, again, nice trim all down the center, all of our adjustments on the side. Then you've got your light controls right there, and then look at the nice trim on the dash. It goes across. Kind of hard to show, but there's all the screens popping on. Here's a quick look at the steering wheel. You've got nice stitching even around the airbag cover. Practical controls on the front of the steering wheel, and it's got kind of more of a squared off design similar to the C8 Corvette. And then you can see we've got the regular stocks here on the back. So the Lincoln Nautilus has a lot of screen. Here's a look at the whole cluster that goes across the entire dash. It's kind of hard to see because of the sun glare, but in person it's really easy to see overall. But here's an easy way to break it up. This is your gauge cluster that you have in most normal cars, right? And then over here, this is kind of like your auxiliary car stuff. So you can see navigation up there, for example. It also shows you temperature and all of that. And then this is fun stuff like your radio and all of that. And then you can see there's a clock at the very end. So fun section in front of the passenger, serious section in front of the driver. And then stuff like the camera system pops up here in the driver section area, whatever you want to call it. 360 camera system with this, by the way, really good resolution. But don't worry, it also comes with a normal infotainment system down below, which responds pretty quickly, easy to use. You've got your different drive modes that you can go through. Got the Excite mode. It's not a Lincoln if it doesn't have the Excite mode. This model actually comes with quite a bit. Dual zone climate, heated and ventilated seats, and a heated steering wheel as well. And then we've got our little transmission select system here. And then I love this section here. Really nice finish on all the controls. This is for like the camera, for example. Just press that and it'll pop it on up top. Volume control there. And then we've got wireless phone charging pad, some USBs, cup holders here. And nice with the finish and everything. Got like a little grab handle there on the side. And then you can see the center console, pretty solid. Nice trim on the top with that. And then nice trim across the dash as well. And then popping out the glove box. Yeah, pretty solid. And then last but not least, we've got a sunglass holder. No sunroof in this one. So here's a quick look at the window sticker for the Nautilus 2024 Reserve 1. So this is kind of like an entry level. $57,845 is the total MSRP on it. And let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood, both the mirrors. And throughout the rear. Trips me up. But at least the actuation's nice. The steering also is very, very interesting. Just the overall feel. But smooth. It is smooth. I'm very intrigued to see how this drives because I drove the 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo version. So yeah, I'm just interested to see how this hybrid performs. If it's better, if it's worse. This is supposed to be the replacement, I'm putting that in quotations, replacement for the 2.7 V6, but it's, you know, down in power compared to the 2.7 V6, so it's a little bit of a different type of rig overall. I will say super smooth. The engine's off right now, so you just have electric power, and it's nice. It's definitely nice. Just a smooth kind of drive. Seats are comfortable. I'm pretty impressed with this entry-level packaging with all the equipment this has. Seems like Lincoln's offering quite a bit of value with this new Nautilus at a very reasonable price point. You know, in the luxury car world. This is less expensive than the average brand new luxury cars, I think like 63 grand. And this is in the 50s, so it's less expensive than the average brand new luxury car. So I think that's a nice thing. Pretty smooth actually for being a CVT vehicle. Pretty smooth. Yeah, it's a nice ride. It's comfortable too. The steering kind of makes things feel a little bit wonky. These new steer-by-wire systems that they're putting in cars are definitely, I think, going to be a learning curve. The thing I always think about with a system like this is what happens if your power steering goes out, because I had that happen with my wife's Defender, and it's like I could still drive it because I could muscle it, but with this it's like, can you drive it if the steering goes out? You know? But yeah, aside from that, it's a nice drive. This is I like this experience. I'm gonna pop into the Excite mode. Well, let's get a little acceleration here. Wow! Is this actually... This is quick. This is quick. Like the little blow off noise you get. Yeah, I was a little bit worried being CVT, but I mean, with everything that it has, it's solid, it's quick. It's a good powertrain setup. So, to sum things up with this Nautilus Hybrid, I think this looks cool. I think it drives well. And yeah, the build quality is so nice. I don't know what I'm going to title this video. I might be controversial and say China's the new Japan or something like that. Because the thing is, I mean, 10 years ago, the best built cars you could buy, right, were generally, you know, Toyota, for example. You know, Honda built some pretty good cars. But you look at like the modern Toyotas now, like the new Tundra and the new Tacoma and stuff, and you know, the trim pieces are all loose and jiggly, and they just, you know, they aren't as reliable as they used to be. And so again, I'll have to review more cars coming out of the country of China, but this has really good build quality and it seems to drive well. Obviously, who knows what reliability is going to be like. This car just came out, but if this is what China's gonna be doing, building solid cars that, again, they actually feel like they cared about like putting all the pieces together and everything, and they end up being reliable, yeah, that could happen in the future. Let me know your thoughts on that. I guess the other thing is I've got this this is completely random, but I've got this gimbal I've been using for the videos, and this thing's from China too, and it's like the first camera equipment piece that I've gotten from China, and it feels, again, it feels really well built and sturdy. So I don't know, made in China, it doesn't mean what it used to mean. I think it's good build quality, at least that's what it seems like so far.